therefore be in charge of simple things only.
It's going to take some getting used to, you know, to call you Commander. Verily, I was rather opposed to the notion, but Maxos in his infinite wisdom insisted we up the level of common courtesy toward you. Commoner would have done. Commander, though, it shall be. As much as it is in the eagle's nature to look down upon the world in hunt of lesser creatures, it is my genius that makes me soar high above all others. Lesser creatures indeed. At the lone top do I reside, but I would have it no other way. Those who do not understand, all but everyone, calls me a loner, thinking the word to be a pejorative. But it is on the contrary glorious to live in sweet isolation when all around you non-lizards, that is to say, inferiors, skitter and crawl like vermin. I am a solitudinarian, for my nature makes me so. And when I do have contact with those I loathe, inevitably I talk down to them as it is impossible to communicate on a level of equality when there is none to be had.
Combat and carnage! Huzzah! You showed them, Commander. It's hard to say, isn't it? I'd say no, but with a dragon on our side, who knows? About whom, Commander? Bit stuck up, ain't she? That's what a royal title will do to you. She used to be a proper queen and everything, with an entire country at her beck and call. How the mighty have fallen, eh? Me? I don't care for any of that rot. You got nothing. You got nothing to lose. About whom, Commander? Shifty son of a bitch, isn't he? Acting all high and mighty all the time, calling imps idiots, dwarfs dullards, that sort of thing. Makes you wonder if there's a single thing he's not intolerant of. About whom, Commander? Excellent chap, that one. Likes his jokes dirty and his liquor plenty. 2 peas in a pod, me and him. Well, on and off, that is. Can fight like a demon unleashed as well. Best to have him on our side.
Bloody good show, Commander. We kicked butt today, and firmly too. The situation is pretty bleak, I'd say. But look at it this way, Commander. Means we can only do better, eh? Which one do you have in mind? He's a slimy git who happens to excel at warfare. I once met a lizard who went to school with him when he was but fresh from the eggshell. Told me he'd always been like that. Smart as a whip, but a loner too. Hopelessly assured that he is better than everybody else, and has 10 brains for every one that we have. Worst part is, he may well have. But don't you ever tell him I said that. Which one do you have in mind? Bit of an ice queen, if you ask me. Already called me names that'll make your mother blush, just because my eyes lingered a little along those curvy shapes of hers. But I'll defrost her yet. And in the meantime, we've got a cunning strategist on our side. A veteran of many a battle who has yet to learn the meaning of defeat. Which one do you have in mind? Well, I figured that between me and the prissy brigade that Catherine and Edmund form, someone a bit more down to earth would be a welcome addition to the group. And let me tell you, if someone likes to go down, it's Scarlet. She's a man-eater in the bedroom and a man-eater on the battlefield. Fast, feral, and ferocious. Oh, I'll get more intimately acquainted with her, Commander. You mark my words.
Another battle lost and won. Or in your case, one full stop. A rather premature question, wouldn't you agree? What land we conquered can still be measured in leprechaun miles. Anyone in specific? As true a lady as one of her species can get is Catherine. Tragic, really. She held sway over an entire kingdom only to be drafted into the service of one who wouldn't have more than a flock of sheep under his command. If there weren't a wizard attesting he's a very good boy indeed. I hear she hates men, or at least our male-dominated world, with a vengeance. In her land, women ruled and men served. Must have been a quaint locale indeed. Anyone in specific? He is a bull that holds a general's rank, Commander. All balls and no brains, I dare say. But one can't deny the efficacy of his methods. I'm told he wasn't always given to such impetuousness in his actions. But with the coming of that prosthetic arm of his, came a change of character too. I'd conclude there's more to him than meets his good eye. Were I not quite so certain his psychological depths run as shallow as a guppy pond. Anyone in specific? She's no more than a tomboy playing a soldier. I don't know much about her, but I don't like what I've seen so far. We lizards have senses far superior to humans, and I rather resent having to continuously smell her in heat. Naught but a skirmish we've...
Under my rule, you'd be given the Cross of Bravery for that last action, Commander. Well done. If you weren't a dragon, we wouldn't stand a chance. So buckle up, Commander, for our endeavor stands or falls with you. If you wish. Anyone in particular? He's in a class of his own, there's no doubt about it. A brilliant mind, but in my opinion, a flawed one as well. He styles himself as superior to everyone else, and that would be just fine if he weren't a man. Or a bigot. I have many friends and enemies that are dwarves or elves or imps, and never have I seen evidence the one is inherently more smart or stupid than the other. In Edmund's mind, though, we are all on par with cattle, which is simply infuriating. If you wish. General Henry is the typical man who thinks of himself as an alpha male, whereas he is, of course, an alpha mongrel. He has the refinement of an inbred orc, and the manners to match, but he is a more than adequate officer once the trumpets herald war. Indeed, if he were a bit less brazen and a bit more calculated in his conduct, he might well come to rival Eerie Edmund. If you wish. She could stand to be a bit more ladylike in her ways, and many consider her resistance to authority counterproductive in a military setting. But she's wily as a wizard, and tough as mithril nails. Don't ask me why, but I have the feeling she's a troubled girl somehow. A girl, yes, hardly a woman as yet. None of my business, of course. She is here, and she's willing to fight for Rivellon. That's all that really matters.
It's wondrous, my lord. Wondrous. The Raven, she speaks to me in my dreams. She tells me fantastic things, newfangled and new formed. I can make them all for you if you provide the right resources. Let's ready the... Oh, that it when... Indeed she does, my lord. A soft voice sings inside my head, but only when I'm in the land of eyes shut and mind at rest. There, she guides me to glory. Shows me things not even wizards could dream of. Yes, 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 but don't remind me. My heart bleeds just thinking about it. Oh, but I must be like a chef, don't I? I must create delicate wonders, impeccable blends of perfection in the knowledge they must all turn into wretched clumps of waste destined for the sewer. It's a thankless thing I do, but I must remind myself